When was the last time you felt like you were lost and couldn't find your way? I remember the days, and I suspect some of you do, long before GPS, when you would be out somewhere and suddenly realize, hey, I don't know where I am. I don't know which turn I should have taken that I didn't, and I'm lost. It's a tough feeling. Nowadays, with GPS, if you get lost, you can go to Siri and say, I want to find this, and it'll direct you in the right direction most of the time. Occasionally, I've had it to lead me in a wrong direction, but most every time it's been right. If you think about it from a spiritual sense, it's even worse to be lost spiritually and not know which way to go. Jesus told 3 stories in Luke chapter 15, all of them involving people becoming lost. He said there was a shepherd that had 100 sheep, and one of them drifted away, became lost. And the shepherd left the 99, went searching for that one till he found it, and then with great joy he came back. And he said there was more joy in heaven over one sinner that repented than over 99 just persons who need no repentance. And then he said it's like a woman that had 10 silver coins and she lost one of them. And she lit a candle and began to sweep the house and search until she found it. When she did, she called her neighbors together and said, I found my lost coin. Jesus said there's greater joy. The angels in heaven rejoice when there's just one sinner that repents. And then he told about a father that had 2 sons. Actually, both these sons become lost, but one in a very different way. The younger one said to his father, give me that portion of goods that falls to me. And the father did. He divided his living to them, gave the older son 2/3, the younger son 1/3, and that younger son went out and wasted everything he had in ungodly living, until the day that a famine arose in that land, and suddenly he was in want. No one seemed to care what had happened to him at that time. He finally went out and just sort of glued himself to a citizen of that country who sent him out to feed the pigs, which for a Jew at that time would have been the lowest one could have gotten. And even there he became so hungry he longed to fill his stomach with the pods the pigs were eating. And he came to himself and said, why, in my father's house the servants have bread to eat and to spare, and here I am perishing in hunger. This will I do. I will arise and go to my father, and I'll say to my father, I've sinned against heaven and before you. Make me one of your hired servants. And he arose and went. And when he got close, the father saw him from a long way off and ran to meet him, threw his arms around him and kissed him. The boy began to say, I've sinned against heaven and before you. I'm not worthy to be called your son. But the father wasn't listening to all that. He said to the servants standing around, go and get the best robe we've got and give it to him. Get shoes for his feet and a ring for his finger, and let's kill that fattened calf and rejoice, because my son was dead and is alive again. He was lost and is found. Then that older brother came in who actually was lost as well. He just didn't know it. And he heard what was going on and was angry because the father had killed the fattened calf for his younger brother that had come home. The father came out and entreated him to come in. He said, all that I've got, son, are yours. Come in. And it was right to kill that fattened calf. Your brother was lost and is found. But the older brother wouldn't go in. He wanted nothing to do with that younger brother. He said, Father, I've served you all these years and never transgressed your law, and yet you never even gave me a young goat that I could rejoice with my friends. And lo and behold, he stays outside, lost in his arrogant condition. 4 ways that a person can become lost. he can drift away and become lost like the sheep. He can be lost because of the carelessness of someone else, like the woman with the 10 silver coins. He can be lost because he wants to go a different way. He can decide, it's more fun over there in the world, I'm going that way, like the younger boy did. Or he can be lost while staying right there in the church with a wrong attitude, a wrong heart, like the older brother. When we are lost, let me tell you something. There is a GPS spiritually, and that's Jesus Christ. He's offered the way. He said, I am the way, the truth, and the life. No one comes to the Father except through me. If you want to know the right way, you need to look at how Jesus lived. He challenged us to follow in his footsteps. He's the answer. If I'll just follow him, I can find the way back and be in the right place every day of my life and live with him eternally in glory when this life is over.